Thank you, Chris.
Okay, there it is. All right, so the board is back in open session, and at this time, we are going to have action on the minutes from the March 16th, 2020 regular meeting minutes, which were revised, April 27th, 2020, pre-meeting minutes, April 30th, 2020 budget meeting minutes, and the April 30th, 2020 regular meeting minutes. Board members, your pleasure on this?
Move the minutes.
Second.
Is there a motion to move the minutes?
I said move the minutes, Sin.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen, and a
Second.
second by,
Rosato.
okay, thank you, Mr. Nielsen. And who was the second?
Rosato.
Tony.
Thank you, Mr. Rosato. Are there any questions on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you. Anything under use of facilities? Mr.
There's
Costa?
nothing on the agenda for tonight.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to the financial report, Ms. Lell.
No, he can't. He doesn't have access to it, so I gotta go to a different screen. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby certifies that it is in the financial report, which indicates that no major account has been overexpended and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year. Finance Committee recommends that the report of the Board Secretary and the Treasurer of School Monies for March 2020 be approved, and I so move.
Motion by Ms. Lell, second by Mr. Nielsen. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
By the way, excuse me, Madam President, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because I lost the video, so.
Okay, we see you. I don't know how to, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, okay. Brian?
You
Dan?
don't see us, is that it?
I see. What's on my screen now is your meeting should start in a few seconds.
Oh, you can close that
Might
one.
be rebooting.
Yeah, I think you can close that one out. You might have minimized your screen.
Okay. Yep, there you are. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
Okay, so moving on to the Superintendent of Schools, the monthly report, Ms. Zurcher.
Thank you so much. I'd like to begin our report today just to play a little snippet of a presentation that our high school has put together for our 2020 seniors. Look out for a little cameo from yours truly, but I just wanted you and the public just to get an idea of what we've been trying to do for the kids, and just really to make them aware that we have them in our hearts and we understand how difficult this is. This should have been the night that we had our curriculum fair. And so it's, I'm happy to be able to show this video, but it's certainly sad that we're in this position. So without further ado, we'll play a little bit of it. Enjoy.
It's like you're always stuck in second gear when it hasn't been
So I hope you enjoyed that.
Yes, that was great.
That video was actually followed up by heartwarming messages from all of the staff to the kids, just letting them know how much they miss them and how much they're thinking about them. So it was just really nice. We played it for the kids late last week. We posted it on our website and Facebook page also, but I thought you would enjoy that. The next item in my superintendent's report is in relation to the survey that we conducted. We did a survey on distance learning just to really get a better idea of the impact of distance learning and really where we've been successful with it and where we still need some work. And we surveyed our students in grades 4th through 12. We surveyed our teachers and we surveyed our parents. I won't go through all of these details. We did include a lot of percentages in terms of responses to the specific questions. So I encourage you and the public to really take a look at this to get a very good idea of what people's feedback has been. But you can see at the elementary school, we had 75 responses from 4th and 5th graders. At the middle school, 223 students responded. At the high school, 215 students. The majority of our teachers responded. And for parents, we had, I want to say over 700 responses, 702. So we had pretty good turnout for the survey responses. We took all of the information that we received and we came up with some just final conclusions for things that we know that we need to address. We know we need to support our teachers, especially at the secondary level, to become more comfortable administering live and pre-recorded lessons. It seems that at the high school level, for whatever reason, a lot of the work is based on presentations, assignments, things of that nature. So we want to give our teachers some professional development and some support to really get a little bit more active in those live and pre-recorded lessons. We know we have to continue to distribute devices. One of the things that came out is that there are still a significant amount of students who are sharing devices with siblings. And also that there are a lot of students that are very dependent on their desktops at home that they also have to share with their families. So we have to continue our device distribution. We have to continue to be creative in terms of how we use grant funding to give out the devices. So that there's less of that sharing going on and more access. We know we need to support students by helping them with time management. It seems that a good amount of our students report overwhelmed with trying to figure out how to get the assignments completed and back to their teachers on time and how to sort of juggle all of that. Because if you think about it, what they're juggling is what would normally be schoolwork plus homework. And trying to figure out how to really coordinate their time and their schedules. And especially for those of our students who are sharing devices, only having limited access to the device that you're using. So we know that's an area. And we need to improve methods of direct communication between our students and our teachers, really to ensure that interventions are taking place. We noticed that not enough students are reaching out to their teachers or their guidance counselor when they are struggling with a concept or when they are struggling with time management. So we need to figure out more ways for kids to easily be able to communicate, hey, I need some support, I need some help, and way. So those were the main components, but like I said, in this report, there's a lot of data that you can look at and answered each of the questions and those specific areas that they are communicating to us are areas for growth for sure. We also received a lot of positive feedback. I received an email today from a parent at the primary school listing all of the staff and teachers that have been such a great support for her child and really commending the staff. I've received several of those. So we know that the parents and the students are very appreciative of things like that video that are coming out that show the kids how much we miss them and are thinking of them. as well as the type of support that we are providing. And so concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you. Do any board members have any questions, comments, or notes on the superintendent's report?
My only comment is thank you for doing the survey because it shows which way the students and the teachers are being able to do everything. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it was good information for us. It gives us a direction. And we like to pride ourselves in collecting feedback in order to help us make decisions in a direction that we're going to go.
Okay, can we have a motion with regard to the superintendent's report?
Nielsen, move the superintendent's report is read.
And there was a second motion by Mr. Nielsen and second by Mr. Bezak. All right. Ken, help me out here. Is that roll call or
No, it's all in favor.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we are going to open up the meeting for reception of visitors. The public may address agenda items only. There will be a open public session at the end of the meeting for other items that are of interest to the board. If you want to ask anything, please state your name and address in the chat section of the Zoom meeting. And please keep your comments to a 10-minute time limit. And I don't see anybody from the public on the screen other than the 15 of us.
That's correct. There's no one else.
All right, so we will move to close the public portion and we will move on to the consent resolution. I just want to make a note to Mr. Kokoska that in the consent resolution, items number 12.6 and 12.7 under human resources should be pulled from the consent resolution. Are those the correct numbers, Mr. Nielsen?
That's correct, Madam President.
Thank you. Mr. Kokoska?
Are they off altogether or just being voted separately or
They're off altogether for this month's meeting.
all right, 12.6 and 12.7?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The South River Board of Education, by means of a consent resolution, adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time. Whereas the below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by said Board of Education in whole, as if the same were individually acted upon. Under Building and Grounds, item 7.1. Under Finance, 8.1 through 8.17. Under Instruction, 9.1 and 9.2. Policy and Legislation, 11.1. Human Resources, 12.1 through 12.6, and then 12.8.
I
Safety
think
and,
it's-
No, 12.5, Ken.
oh, excuse me, 12.5, you're correct. And then 12.8.
Yeah.
We're good?
We're good.
And Safety and Risk, 13.1 and 13.2.
Board members, your pleasure on the consent
Move the
resolution.
consent resolution.
Second,
Motion by Mr. Nielsen, second by, whose voice was that?
Mr. Rosanna.
Mr. Rosanna, thank you. Are there any questions or abstentions on any of the items in the consent resolution?
Mr. Roshikar,
Yes,
you're going to be abstaining, right, on something, on one of the items?
which
Yes, I
one?
will be abstaining on item 8.4.
So noted.
Oh, that was Mr. Bates. Someone was,
Bezak, Mr.
oh,
Bezak.
that was Mr. Bazak. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I thought it was Mr. Rush. I'm sorry. My apologies. Okay, Mr. Bazak,
Yes, that's correct. Item 8.4, I'll abstain.
and then what about the other items?
Yes,
Thank you. Mrs. Beck,
Yes.
Mr. Budson,
Yes.
Mrs. Bush,
Yes.
Mrs. Lell. Did she say yes? I couldn't hear. Thank you, I heard you. Mr. Nielsen,
Yes.
Mr. Rosanno,
Yes.
Mr. Rochatar,
Yes.
Mrs. Urbanek.
Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to move on to the committee reports. The first is athletics and extracurricular. Mr. Budzen.
Nothing to report this month.
The only thing I did want to mention about athletics is that we did put out some lawn signs recognizing our senior athletes. And you can see pictures of that on our Facebook page.
Buildings and grounds, Ms. Beth.
Yes, we all have a copy of the report in the maintenance that they're doing. They're also taking the time to be able to work on other projects like the reconstruction of the softball shed. And then there's the sign out front. There's an update on that I saw on Facebook yesterday. Mr. Olson had posted a picture of what they've done to it. You can see. There you go. They did a they refurbished the marquee. I'm sorry. And then yesterday they took steps to completion. The efforts from the Fodor family themselves. Bill's brother Jim installed a stone walk up to the marquee to further enhance the appearance. And over the next few weeks, there'll be landscaping cut in and around the marquee to take the next step. And there's more to come. And they said, stay well and be safe. And so it concludes my buildings and grounds report.
Thank you. Finance, Ms. Lowe.
There were two new items that we covered during consent. I'd just like to read them in addition to from Monday. So 8.16 was the addition award 2020-2021 high middle school exterior concrete and 8 Clay Tunes TA 107 Productions class of 2020 virtual commencement service provider for the 2019-20 school year.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing else was new.
Okay, thank you. Instruction, Mr. Rosanno.
Thank you, Madam President. There are no new items since Monday night. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Under negotiations, Mr. Parton, do you have any information for us?
Nothing to report on the public agenda now.
Thank you. Policy and legislation, Ms. Bush.
Yes, we have no new items since Monday night's meeting. Thank you.
Human Resources, Mr. Nielsen.
Thank you, Madam President. We have one addition tonight, 12.8. Addition, discuss approve salaries, non-bargaining unit 2020 to the 2021 school year. And that'll be it.
Thank you. Safety and Risk Management, Mr. Basin.
Thank you, Madam President. No new items since Monday evening.
And moving right along to School Community Relations, Mr. Rochatar.
Thank you, Mrs. Urbanek. I deferred till tonight to read the press releases that we have, student awards. Start with the middle school. For ELA, grade 6, Ruben Dominguez, Nasir Brooks, grade 7, Gabriel Silva, and Melvin Santos, grade 8, Jason Vargas. For math, grade 6, Sarah Abraham, Mikhail Said, and Patrick McDonald. For science, Matthias Miranda, for 6th grade. For 7th, Romeo Yan. For 8th, Christopher Kuz and Indira Gilliam. For social studies, grade 6, Julia Lopez. Grade 7, Camille DePaulo. Grade 8, Stephanie Graca. For ESL, grade 6, Janelle Gonzalez Dolores. None for grade 7 or 8. For PE, nothing for grade 6. For grade 7, Alia Graca Thomas Nielsen. And grade 8, Anna Ferreira. For the cycle, grade 6, Malachi Newsom in music. Grade 7, Isabelle Amorium for social justice. And grade 8, Tabitha Galliot. And that's And I should mention also that the teacher that rocks for April is Dawn Jordan. For South River High School Student of the Month, 2 students each month.
We lose him too now?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
And Edward Hernandez Brito.
We lost you, Dave. Dave, we didn't get any of that.
I think
Well,
you left off at the high school when we lost you.
You didn't, did you get the Student of the Month for March?
No.
All right. Did you get the middle school?
Yes.
And
Okay,
the teacher that rocks, yes.
good. All right, for high school Student of the Month for March, Priyanka Jain and Mark Finiello. For Student of the Month for April in the high school, Maya Rana and Edward Hernandez Brito. Okay, and then there's another one, and I saw a bit of this on social media, and there are significant awards that Mr. Buffalino wrote up.
Mhm.
2 students were nominated to represent our high school at the Greater Middlesex County Sportsmanship Award, and that's Kayla Smith and Steven Rodriguez. And for scholar athletes, Ashley Fisher and Paul Bricklin. And Ashley also was nominated to represent us at the NJSIA Scholar Athlete. And okay. All right. So those are pretty good, significant honors that those students received. I wanted to make sure that that got entered in to our minutes. Thank you. That's it.
All right, thank you. The School Board Borough Council Liaison Committee, Mr. Nielsen.
Nothing to report, Madam President.
And the PTA Liaison, Ms. Beck.
Sure, I have my complete report. It's so here's what's going on with them. The primary school PTA, in lieu of Fun Day, all the students and staff will receive a yearbook this year. Distribution will be announced at a later date. They also hosted daily Facebook Live events during Teacher Appreciation Week, where they had prize giveaways for the teachers each day. Their next meeting via Zoom will be May 27th at 8 p.m. The elementary school PTA sponsored an autism awareness contest, and they had prizes. PTA will be mailing the prizes, one from each grade, so those students, when they find out who they are, will be looking for them. In lieu of Fun Day, to all the students and staff, they'll be receiving a Quarantine 2020 t-shirt. Fun Night, which is for the 5th grade, we'll get a t-shirt that got all 5th grade names on it. They normally get a t-shirt for that, so they're doing that as well. And they're still deciding what they were actually going to be giving to the teachers for the Appreciation Week. Their next meeting will be June 4th at 6 p.m. via Zoom. Middle school, in appreciation of the teachers, the PTA gave Amazon gift cards to all PTA staff members. They are also donating t-shirts to the 8th grade graduating class as a farewell gift. And the entire middle school will also get t-shirts donated as part of the that'll say 2020 quarantine on them. Their next meeting will be in June. They had to cancel the May meeting for personal reasons. So June 10th is their next meeting via Zoom. And then the high school PTSA, they are worked on their PTSA Scholarship Award. Recipient was selected and will receive their award at Senior Awards. And they're donating 2 more benches that match the front entryway. These will be placed in the back overlooking the sports fields. Now, anybody who's interested in going to attending the Zoom meetings, you can contact them directly or myself to get you the link for the Zoom meetings. And so concludes the report.
Thank you. Our Public Library Liaison, Mr. Budson.
There's nothing to report. The library is still closed, but they'll have a meeting next week, supposedly, and hopefully there'll be some plans to reopen. That's all I have.
Okay, we'll watch for that. Thank you. And the South River Foundation for Educational Excellence Liaison, Mr. Rashitar.
The meeting that was scheduled for Tuesday was canceled, so I don't have to report.
Okay, does our attorney have anything else to add?
No, I do not have anything else to add.
Thank you. Is there any old or new business to come before the board?
New business I have. On Wednesday, I was on a virtual meeting with the New Jersey School Boards Association on WebEx, and WebEx seems to work better than Zoom. They come up with a 15-point code of conduct for virtual meetings. And it was very interesting, and maybe I'll email it to the policy chairman. That's all I have.
Madam President, if I may,
Yes.
I just want to congratulate our teachers, our students, and the parents for doing an outstanding job through this crisis on the Chromebooks and getting things done and getting the lessons done, and the parents for helping as much as they're doing, the teachers for being the true heroes that they are, and our kids who are the best heroes of anybody. Thank you.
Mr. Urbanek, I had something today. There was a headline in centraljersey.com that I had announced that we are doing a car drive graduation. That was an error. I have not made that announcement. The newspaper did make a correction to that. What I did say, however, and what I will tell the public is that we are working with our local officials to see what we can do based on what the latest guidelines are from the governor's office. We are making every attempt possible to be able to do some sort of graduation ceremony. The virtual graduation will happen regardless. That's already in the works, being produced. So that will happen regardless, but if there is any other way that we can celebrate and still follow the guidelines and make sure everybody is safe, then we will do that. So we have a team of people working on it. I encourage our students and parents to keep looking out for information on that. And we will be giving updates through the graduate classes Google page, Google Classroom page, as well as our emails. Also for the middle schoolers, we have a banner posted to celebrate their achievement in their 8th grade promotion, and I believe they are also receiving some special gifts in recognition of their 8th grade promotion too. So please just be on the lookout for our latest information on our celebrations and what we are hoping to be able to do for our graduates. Thank you.
Thank you. I just thought of an idea, Ms. Zurcher, when you said something about a banner. I wonder if there's any way that the town would cooperate, I'm sure they would, with us in stringing a banner across Main Street, very much like they do for the Frost on the Pumpkin race when they advertise that.
Maybe we can ask our liaison. Maybe we can ask our borough liaison and see if
I'll
we can.
reach out to Donna and see what she has to say. We're going to have to come up with the banner. It's got to be, you know, a certain material because it's going to be out there in the wind and elements. So I'll see what she has to say. I don't see them giving us a problem, but we're just going to have to see how long and what's it going to cost.
What would the banner say?
Just like probably maybe congratulations, class of 2020, something along those lines. I mean, you know, right?
Well, that kind of leads me to what I had started to discuss on Monday. I don't know what the group feels, and this is going to be my first time I'm involved in the graduation, and luck would have it, it's going to be different from every other one. I'm wondering how we as a board of ed can extend our congratulations and best wishes to the graduating class. Is that something that we think we're going to be doing as a group during the virtual graduation, or as individuals during the virtual graduation? Or is it something that we should do separately, either on the school's webpage and/or the Facebook page? And if so, it like a written statement as a group, or like what we did with the teachers, each of us as individuals offering our congratulations, or video, little video statements by each of us. I don't know. I think we should do something along those lines. What do people think?
You are included in the virtual graduation. You'll get instructions on that. We didn't want to overwhelm, and I know we just got through senior awards, but you are included in the virtual graduation, just like you're included in all our graduations too. Anything above and beyond that, of course, is up to you, but I do want you to know that you're included in the graduation. Yes.
How so? As a group, or just are we going to be doing individual names for the students?
In whatever way you choose. So you can be included with a video message. You can be included with a photograph message. You can be included in groups. You can be included as a full board if you want. It's really up to you. Whatever you'd like.
Well, we're not going to meet again until after the graduation. So what do people think? Any ideas?
Well, Mr. Rajatar, I think there is an opportunity for you to call a committee meeting. And also, Ms. Zurcher, didn't an email go out with an outline of some of the details that the board can participate in? Not all the details. I think it was just an outline. Didn't I see that email?
You saw senior awards. Was the first one we sent out, and we wanted to get through that first,
right,
and then support you through the graduation video, so that you're not overwhelmed trying to do all of it at once. We do have some additional assistance for the video that actually gives you the opportunity to come to a location on our school site, of course, with social distancing guidelines in place. And be videotaped or videotape a message with a professional videographer, because we really do want to put a good production together for kids and families. So you will have that opportunity as well. It won't be one of those, I have to use my cell phone and take a selfie type photo or video. So those instructions and dates and times are coming your way. I also have, I'm aware of your commitments and working schedules as well. So I have multiple opportunities for you to be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, that is correct. If any of the board members want to look at the backup for item 8.17, which was the awarding of the contract for the virtual commencement provider, right. The backup for that, their actual contract, does have a lot of the details that Ms. Zurcher just mentioned about meeting someplace, helping us do the videos, and so forth and so on. So that's item 8.17, and the backup is right there for you to take a look at.
And then we will also, of course, communicate with the board too of exactly what those instructions will be and how we can support you in making sure you're giving a message out to our students.
So that will present an opportunity to extend our congratulations either as individuals or as a group.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good.
So this we should have a little further discussion about this between now and then. I don't know how.
Well, we can do a community relations meeting again. We did one to discuss graduation initially, so we can have another committee meeting.
Does the group, if the committee decides to do as a group presentation, all of us on video together, or however we decide to do it, that will be okay with the rest of the board, correct? No. I mean, just the spirit of what we're talking about here. Everyone is in agreement with that, either as individuals or as a group?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good, good.
Yes.
So, Mrs. Zurcher, can I ask you to set that up?
Sure.
Ask Debbie to email us? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We can set one up for this coming week. Mm-hmm.
Great.
No problem. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, any other old or new business to come before the board? Okay, at this time, we will move on to the payment of bills. Ms. Lowe?
Statement. Finance, of course, now it's not loading. The Finance Committee recommends that all bills presented having been certified by the school business administrator, board secretary, be paid as listed. And this is not covered under consent, right, Ken? So I can make a motion,
Yes, yes.
and I so move.
I second.
Motion by Ms. Lowe. Who was the second, please, on that?
Cheryl.
Thank you. Second by Ms. Beck. A lot of little blocks to watch on here.
I feel like the Brady Bunch.
Any,
I thought
Any
Hollywood
questions?
Squares.
Well, those were TV shows a while ago, Sylvia.
all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. At this point now, we will again.
Aye.
Huh?
We will open up the meeting, the reception of visitors, and the public may address any concern or comment they have to the board.
Okay, Madam President,
State your name and address in this section of the Zoom meeting.
Madam
Yes.
President, if I may, I'd like to
Are
break
you-
protocol for a moment. I have a member of the general public here who would like to say something.
Are you calling for a point of order or something?
No, just breaking with President. If somebody wants to call for a point of order to stop me from doing it, it's okay. But my daughter wants to make a comment as a member of the public.
Okay, I'm almost done opening it up.
Oh, okay, I thought you were
So
done.
please state your name and address in the chat of the Zoom meeting, and please keep your comments to a 10-minute time limit. Is there anyone from the public that wants to comment?
Well, first, let me apologize. I thought you were done. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hi, Angela Rosano, 49 Essex Street, South River, New Jersey, 08882. And this is just a suggestion from a former high school senior. I would say have the graduates on the field, but have the row 6 feet apart, and then call the first row by their names, give their diplomas and let them walk, and then have their tassel as they graduate, and then throw their tassel while they're walking away, and then start the next row, and then the next row, and then the next row. Just a suggestion. I know that's kind of disobeying the distance, but I figured I'd throw it out there.
Thank you.
Thank you for indulging us, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other week? Seeing none, we'll close the public portion and we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Nielsen.
Rosano?
Motion by Mr. Nielsen, second by Mr. Rosano. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you. This meeting is adjourned.
Good night, everybody.
Good